Miss Șoșoacă.
Good.
Thank you for
Good
granting us.
pronouncing.
Thank you for granting us this interview.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
First, I'd like to start with the recent events. The Romanian Electoral Commission rejected your candidacy for May 2025. What happened in your view?
Well, first I was rejected last year on 5th October 2024, and Constitutional Court for the first time in a democracy world, in a state where we thought that we have constitution and law, and everybody is free to candidate, except the person who are forbidden by the law. Yeah, when you are judged in a court and you have a decision in court when you can defend yourself. I'm a lawyer, so I have. I'm thinking about all this stuff regarding the law. Well, when last year, when appeared this decision of Constitutional Court, they forbid me to candidate because I visited Russian embassy as a senator, and I announced everybody that I'm going there, and for 3 times I brought peace in Romania because the government of Romania wanted to send soldiers in Ukraine. Because I have opinions against the European Union, but I was Eurodeputee, so how come I am an Eurodeputee? I can be in European Parliament with my opinion skepticism against EU, but I cannot have these opinions as potential president of Romania, because I'm against NATO. I'm against the policy of NATO because they have an aggression policy, and we have in Romania certain military bases. And as a senator, of course, I did a lot of, I made a lot of statements. And the Constitution of Romania in Article 72 says that we have immunity, parliamentary immunity for our statements. So nobody can judge us, nobody can convict us, or do something against us in civil, penal, administrative way or other way. So it was the first time they accused me that I like to drive or high speeding, and it's unbelievable, you know. For this, you can be sanctioned by the police, but not the Constitutional Court. It's unbelievable what you can read in that decision. So after this, I told everybody, if you will not come next to me to fight against this decision of Constitutional Court, they will apply this decision next year and other years, not even on presidential elections, but on parliamentary elections, Eurodeputies elections, or for mayors, for councillors in local region, and something and so on. So in that moment, everybody were very happy because they get rid of me. Why? Because in that time, after 4 years, 5 years of fighting against the system, against pandemic decisions, when we didn't have rights and liberties, after I defended the Romanian people in this war, and I asked for peace, and I get out from my parliament, Mr. Zelensky, so they hated me a lot. So after 4 years, I was on the first place to have a victory from the first tour. I can mention you that in Romania we have the most misogynistic society. So as a woman, to have the support of people of Romania, and for the first time in history, a woman become a president, and to win from the first tour, it was unbelievable, unacceptable for this system. I contested this decision. Now it's in European Court of Justice, Human Rights. I do not hope that they will judge correctly, or if they will judge in 1, 2, or 3 years, because everything is under order of European Commission. As a lawyer, I can tell you for, I don't know, 10 years in CEDAW, European Court of Human Rights, 1% of the cases of Romania are accepted. 1%. Why? Because they don't want to tell the entire world that Romania couldn't be a country in European Union. And the other countries, they do not respect the rights and liberties of the people. It's a tyranny, it's a dictatorship all around the European Union, and especially in Romania. You know, in 1989, we had a revolution, and it was against communism, against the dictator Ceausescu. But I can tell you, I was 13 years old. Ceausescu was better than all of these people who were president of Romania for 35 years, because Ceausescu loved his country. Yes, it was a dictator, but he had also good parts. We had an industry, we had sovereignty, we have independence, and he succeeded to get rid of monetary, financial, international system, and we are the only country in the world who succeeded to pay all debts in history. This is what succeeded Ceausescu, and he was very good in external diplomacy, because he succeeded to make peace between Palestine and Israel. So, all the other presidents of Romania after 1989, they did nothing. They sold Romania, they destroyed industry, they destroyed agriculture. We do not have sovereignty, we do not have independence. And because Ursula von der Leyen hates me a lot, if you remember last year in July or June, I was with the icon of Jesus Christ and Mother, the Holy Mother, in the plenary of Strasbourg, and I accused Ursula von der Leyen that she was a criminal, especially on pandemic, and she killed in Romania 65,000 Romanians they were buried in that bags of garbage, black garbage bags, like dogs killed on the streets. So she hated me. I knew very well that the order that I should be banned from the presidential elections. I knew that. And after that, I knew that she ordered that Romanian presidential election to be cancelled. Why? Because they wanted that the former president of Romania, Iohannis, can prolong his mandate. As a lawyer, I can tell you, it was against the constitution and it was against the law, because on 21st of December 2024, the mandate of Iohannis was end. They couldn't prolong his mandate, but because Ursula ordered, and Thierry Breton, the former commissioner, was on television and said, yes, European Commission cancelled the elections in Romania, presidential elections in Romania, with forbid candidates, and we will do it in Germany if it will not be in a way we want. So what's happened in Germany? AfD, which have over 30% in elections, they had after the elections 19%. Someone from European Commission told me that the votes were stolen and it was a big fraud in a correspondence vote. That's why they had 19% and not over 30%. So they didn't succeed to go to the government. So this is European Union, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we are now in the same situation. We have presidential elections. We gather a lot of signatures because we need over 200,000 signatures. I gathered 300,000 signatures. It was very good. All my candidate dossier was very good. And of course, I stand for the decision of electoral authority because at this time, not constitutional court action, but Europe electoral authority, the office of electoral a central electoral authority. So they replaced constitutional court because they made a motivation about constitutional law and about that decision from 5th October. And of course, my lawyer, because we have representative in that, because we are a parliamentarian party, SOS Romania party is a parliamentarian and Euro parliamentarian party, we have the right to have a person who represents the party in this authority, legal authority in elections. So our lawyer asked, why do you apply this decision? Because it was for October, not for now. And they said, come on, it's so soon. It passed 4 months. Okay, so you will convict her for life? You will ban her for life? What are you doing? And they said, no, not for life, but it's too soon.
Okay.
So this is a decision. This is a motivation of an electoral authority. It's unbelievable. So in this night, we are working to contest this decision to Constitutional Court. And I can tell you something, because in other countries, the Constitutional Court is a court of justice. No, in our country, she is not a court of justice. She is not with real judges as you go in court and to sue somebody's in court. This is an institution, a political organization. These so-called judges, 9 judges, are voted by parliamentarians in the 2 chambers of the parliament, and they are members of the party, of parliamentarian party. So they were socialists, liberals, and 3 of them are proposed by the president of Romania. The president of Romania, who signed a lot of documents to support the war in Ukraine. Me, I am well known as a person who fought against this war. And in March 2022, I wrote the only memorandum in the world, Neutrality for Romania, Peace of Bucharest, and I invited all the parties in all the countries involved in this war, because it's not only Russia and Ukraine. There are the neighbors, it's European Union, it's United States, NATO, and so on. And I invited everybody in Romanian parliament And as a neutral party, because I wanted to keep my country neutral, as Hungary decided to be, even if they are member of NATO, exactly like us, because I want to defend my people, and I invite all the countries to come in Romania to for negotiate the peace. Why? Because we have the longest border with Ukraine. So for us, it's very dangerous. We have over 300 soldiers who are dead in Ukraine. Nobody wants to tell you that. But I know as a senator and now as a deputy, I have my information, my documents. So we are now in the situation that not constitutional court made the decision, but an authority, an electoral authority, where are a lot of lawyers and judges that they proved that in Romania there is no democracy, there is no a state where we have to obey the law. They do not respect the law. Why? Because they hate me. This system hates me. Why? Because I wake up the people of Romania for 5 years. I defend them. I succeeded to have the less vaccinated people in pandemic. The real number of vaccinated people for real are 12%. And the others, until 36, they say, they are fake vaccinated. And the other, we resisted. We did a lot of manifestations. Of course, they sue us in court. We have a lot of fines. Yeah, and I have the record of these fines, 30,000 euro in 2 years. So this is my history, and I think that entire world have to react, because if democracy is no longer in Romania, so I have doubts it ever existed in Romania, because after 1989, I have doubts we have an appearance of democracy. As a lawyer, I can tell you, nobody respects the law. Here, these parties which have the power, and the presidents, all the presidents of Romania were against the people of Romania. So everybody knows that.
Just if your appeal fails, what are you considering other actions? Are you gonna, I don't know, protest or maybe even support another candidate?
I will not support another candidate, because all other candidates, exactly like last year, they belong to the system. Everybody. I know them very well. They are fake nationalists. They are fake patriots. The others are from social liberals who are against Romanians, and they obey to Ursula. Of course, if my appeal will not succeed, I will appeal to the European Court of Human Rights. But today I wrote a letter to President Trump. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was invited to sit back in Washington, so I have a lot of connections there. I don't want to hide you that yesterday I had a television appearance at the best television in Russia, Russia Today, in prime time, live. It was in English. Now it appeared on internet. On subtitle in Russian language, but it's in English. And for half an hour, we debated about the situation not only in Romania, but all around the Europe and all around the world, because if you can see all around these countries where we expected to have democracy, there is no democracy. But I would like to mention something very interesting. 2 days before my candidate cancelled, it appeared in Romanian press a photography with President of Constitutional Court, the Judge Maria Menache, and the Ambassador of France. It's very interesting because Macron with Ursula von der Leyen are very good friends. So never in the countries where we have a constitutional court, because there are countries that they do not have constitutional courts, the judges, they are not allowed to do politics and to make photography. And before the candidate, the elections, presidential elections, is against the law. That photography expressed, and I contest that photography. I plead against this manner of politics and to make injustice. And it was a signal. It was a signal that France and Ursula von der Leyen ordered to disobey the law and the constitution. Because, I don't know if you know, but France has the property of entire water utilities in Romania. So there are a lot of interest because Romania has the most resources in European Union. I don't know if you knew about this. So they need us. We are neighbor with Ukraine, and in a very short time we will have a border with Russia, because you saw the treaties and the discussions about between Trump and President Putin. So they decided that Romania to be in influence sphere of Russia, as we were for 50 years. So in this moment, it's a political war between European Union, USA, and Russia. This is what is happening here in Romania. So I wrote to Trump. Entire press of USA exploded. A lot of influencers are now, of course, in a very proper manner against all what is happening, because if in Romania is falling down the democracy, so what are the chances that the other countries have democracy? We have a big influence from EU. I'm waiting for next week to arrive to European Parliament so we can see what will happen there, because they told me that to prepare something very interesting for me. I know they want to blow out my immunity and to be in prison. So I will be the hero of the world, and I will be a perfect victim. And it's okay. It's okay. A lot of other Romanians who fought for the liberties and rights were in prison, so I'm not scared. So I will fight as a lawyer with law, with constitution in my hand. I will fight against them. Today we had, as the party, Self Romania Party, we organized a meeting of our members in Transylvania. As you know, we call a-t-elle, but this is a real name, but you know it as a name Transylvania. And thousands of people came here, and they were next to me. They were crying, and I told them, "Don't cry. We have to go forth. We have to fight until we defeat them, and we will win. Because it's a big fight. It will cost a lot of years and maybe decades. This is the fight against a system of dictatorship, like in fascism. I think it's a new kind of fascism. It's what Stalin and Hitler did. It's a mix of these political views, as I can see, not even in Romania, but in a lot of countries all around Europe.
If you had a message for all the nationalist party around Europe and especially in France, what it will be?
Well, in France, allons de la patrie. I admire you. I admire you because all the time you are fighting against the system. You know, I admire Marine Le Pen. For 20 years, she tried to become the president of France. And I think you have the same problem. Yeah, you don't have a decision of constitutional court or an electoral authority, but it's a big fraud in votes. This is happening all around European Union since Ursula von der Leyen leads European Commission. So we have to get rid of her. I admire your force. I admire your energy, and I think French people is an example of how to fight against this system. My message is that we have to go forth, but we have to stick together and to help each other. And now, when I'm the first person in the world rejected 2 times by a constitutional court because I could be the president of Romania from the first student, and because I'm a woman, so it's a discrimination, yeah? In this moment, we have to stick together and to action together because I need help in all these procedures against this tyranny. And if you do not act now and you do not help us to escape from this dictatorship, maybe tomorrow it will happen in your country or in other countries, and another candidate will be banned from not only for presidential election, but in parliamentary elections or other elections. So we have to fight for our nations to become again independent and to recover our sovereignty, because as you can see, they consider us slaves, and our countries as regions which deserve to be led by governors. This is what they are thinking now in European Parliament and European Commission. So we need a revolution, a real revolution of conscience, to wake up all the people, all the population of Europe, and to stand up and defend democracy and all the people who are fighting against the system, and to defend each other in front of this unfair and system, dictatorship, and this fascist, a new kind of fascist.
Diana Iovanovici-Șoșoacă, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We will follow and we will see what's happening. We hope it will be okay for you.
We pray to God to defend us and to give us courage and to go on. So we believe in Jesus Christ, we believe in God, so we pray to God so He can help us to have the force and the courage and love for our nations and for our countries to regain our sovereignty and independence.
Thank you again for this interview.
Thank you so much.